Hey everyone, it's Carl Hovelson here, and joined with my panel today, we've got I guess we're going to go from left to right. We've got Nicole, we've got Judy, we've got Connie, we've got Kyle, we've got Michael, Setigate, and Steve, and whoever else decides to pop on the panel here. And today we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about the power of breakthroughs and transformations. This last weekend we had an amazing event in Nashville, and when I'm talking amazing, folks, I'm talking about this event was very emotional. It was a very emotional event, and I've been to a few events, but this one here was a highly emotional event. And you know, I mean, I got emotional there, and many others, you know, Justin and what was her name that was on there from Australia? Erica. You know, pretty much everybody did. You know, Dee was emotional. There was just a lot of emotion at this event. And I'm just going to be muting out some of the people there, and then I'll let you unmute yourselves as you come in. Okay? And, you know, each and everybody on here, we're all going to talk about our transformation, our breakthroughs that we had at this thing. And, you know, the one thing I really liked about this event was the title of this event. You know, it was Unleash. And you know what? This allowed people to unleash their inner beast, basically. Unleash their emotions, unleash everything to come out and allow them to live life on their own terms. You know, that's what I'm always saying. You know, I live life on my own terms, and I want everybody else to live life on their own terms. And, you know, what we're going to do is we're going to talk. Welcome, Mark. We got Mark, and who else do we have on here that just came on? Oh, that was it? Just Mark? Okay. We've got a bunch of people that are going to talk about their breakthroughs and their transformations that we had at this Nashville Unleash event. Plus, wasn't that the most amazing place to have an event at, guys? Wasn't that just fantastic?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know what? If I had 4 or 5 hours, I could probably talk as long as David Wood can, right? But I won't. But the one thing is that this place, and the thing is with Empower, they always pick these very cool venues to have events at. You know, the next event is going to be in Texas. Now, you know, there's no confirmation as to where it's going to be, but you know, you hear Houston, and why Houston? Well, guess what's at Houston? Another Gaylord Resort, right? We just came from the Gaylord Opryland in Nashville. Will it be Houston or Austin? Don't know. But after experiencing a Gaylord over in Nashville, and they have a Gaylord in Houston, yeah, to me it sounds like maybe it might be there, right? So, anyways, let's go across to. We're going to start with all those who were at the event. I know we've got. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 that are on here. Yeah, 2 of them that were on here that weren't there, unfortunately, but they already know they're going to be at the next one. So, you know, sometimes things come up. But let's start across. Everyone, we'll get you to introduce yourselves, and then just give you know, 2 or 3 minutes on exactly what your breakthroughs and transformations were at this event. So, as always, because I'm the bus driver and I like to throw people under my bus, and Nicole is the one I always do that every time. So I am going to do it once again, Nicole, until you become a bus driver. So, Nicole, are you there?
You have us muted.
Okay. So come on and let everybody know what your transformations were and that happened to you at the event.
I can see. I wish everybody could see me right now. I'm having issues with my Samsung Galaxy Tab E. For some reason, I'm not going to go into details about it right now. But I can't really say I had a big transformation, but just this event was so freaking cool. And seeing many of the people that I recognize about my Facebook friend list, actually I meet a few of those people. One being is Larry, and he's just a fun, outgoing guy, and you know, being part of the cast crew with him in it. I met some few other people that on this field, but you know, just to say my breakthrough was just the inspiration I got from Justin and Diva Ranger personally. Actually, even meeting her in person was just I don't know how to describe it. It was not nervous, but it's just, you know, I kind of kept my composure, like I didn't know how to react. So just, you know, just being able to, you know, see and meet her close up in person was just an overwhelming experience for me. And, you know, I've gotten that from everybody in my past, it's just particularly from them too. But my breakthrough was just having that confidence to be myself, record more videos, and being the optimistic person that I am. I don't know how to put it in words, guys. Like I'm just being put on the spot here. Just I'll leave it at that for right now. But just know that this event, man, guys, I wish everybody was there to experience what we all have been experiencing there at the event. So over back to you, Paul.
Yeah, they're real powerful. And you know, this was your first event, and I know for a lot of people that was their first event too, and they can be overwhelming. But you know, it's the overwhelming of it. I think is not in a technical form. It's more in an emotional form of overwhelming. You know, I mean, you know, Dee and Justin are two amazing people. Okay, and when you do get a chance to connect with these two people, you will see exactly why. They are so spiritual. Okay, and I think that's what makes this so big. Let's go over to Judith. Judith, you there? Okay, she's not there. We'll go back to her. Okay, Judy, let's go to you. Judy, you there? Don't make me do Jeopardy. Don't make me. Okay. So this is Judy Gunn. Judy? Can you hear me? Can I hear you? Hello? Judy? Okay, we go back to Judy. Over to you, Connie.
I hear little birdies.
Yeah, Connie, you're muted. There you go.
Hi. Yeah, it was my first live event as well, in-person event, and I mean the same as Nicole was saying. It was overwhelming in a good way. You know, it was just a different experience. You know, you don't think that'll change your perception or anything before you go, but meeting people in person is so much different, you know, because you already feel like you know them, you know, like us, how we're on here and we talk every day, you know, through video and webinars, but it's like it's totally not the same, you know, because you get to hug them, you get to get personal with them and just have that personal connection. So it was, you know, having the opportunity to meet people who are from all over the world, you know. I mean, I did meet a few people from California, but just where I'm from, you know, but just meeting people like you know, Carl, you're in Canada, you know, met people from Australia, the Netherlands, you know, it was awesome. It was awesome. And even meeting our leadership council, you know, the corporate office staff, you know, that was an experience in its own as well, because, you know, we're communicating with them all the time. They're helping us through any technical problems, and meeting the leadership council and all of the trainings that they've given us. So to actually have the opportunity to meet them in person was a different experience altogether. And like Nicole was saying, you know, it's like you try to compose yourself because you don't think that you're going to be the type of person who acts different around, you know, like a famous person per se, you know, but it's like you get around them and it's like you can't control it. It's like you're so overwhelmed with emotion, like you said, Carl, you know. So just having the opportunity just to even speak, you know, to the Varingias or to speak to Dave and Will Wood, you know, it was awesome. It was awesome.
What would you give us as your biggest transformation or breakthrough that you had?
Oh, man. my biggest transformation, I mean, the whole event altogether, I mean, but you know what? Just when the different people like yourself got onto the stage and shared their stories, I mean, basically testimonies, right? I kind of feel like I was at church, you know, because you're sharing your testimonies, what you've been through to get to where you're at. You know, that was my biggest breakthrough, because it's just like you're hearing people that are coming from all these different walks of life, and it just motivates you more, because you're like, man, to see that if they can do it, it just helps you to internally decide I can do it too, you know. So it just gave you, you know, there's a couple, you know, testimonies that were given. This made you cry, you know. You're just like crying tears of emotion and happiness for the experiences that they went through to get to where they're at, you know. So it just gives you that much more inspiration and motivation just to not give up, and to do all that you can do to do more, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you go through your mind, you're like, you know what, no more excuses. You know, you leave the event thinking to yourself, no more excuses. If they could do it and get to where they're at, you know, why can't you? You know? So it was awesome. It was awesome. I mean, we have people up there on the stage, I'm not, like you said, I'm not going to name names, but, you know, people who are dealing with cancer, you know, people who went through bankruptcies and foreclosures, and, you know, just all these stories, you know, which is just true stories, you know. So it was very encouraging. It really was. It's just, like she said, unexplainable. You know, it's like I almost was speechless, you know, after hearing everyone's story. And then me, for my first event, to have the opportunity to go on the stage, that was completely unexpected, you know. So talk about speechless.
Yeah.
When I went on the stage, I'm like, and they're asking me questions, I'm like, my mind just went blank, you know. They're asking me how I did this and that. I was like, I don't know. I just completely forgot, you know, because it's like, how did I do it? I don't know. I'm here now. That's all I can think about. It's just, well, so weird, you know. But it was awesome. It was an awesome experience. It really was. Yeah.
Well, congrats to you, because I mean, I saw that, you know, when you got on there, and especially like when you get called up there, like, 'cause you had a big achievement that you went through, and you went up there, and you were recognized for it. So this is one thing that's amazing about this company. Out of any of the companies I've ever been in, this is the only company that actually recognizes people right from just taking the initiative to join the business, all the way up to you know, breaking a $2 million plateau. Right? Everybody is treated absolutely equal in this company, and since day one, I have never seen Dave treat anybody differently. Okay?
Right, like he's better than anyone. Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
and let me tell you this, Carl, real quick, before you move on. You know, just working in the corporate industry, like the last 2 years at my management jobs that I had previously, that's one of the reasons I wanted to leave so bad, because I felt unappreciated for all of the overtime and work that I did, because I never got recognized for it. I didn't feel appreciated, you know. So to be in a company that I've only been in for like 8 months now, right, and to get to my first event and be recognized, that was a feeling I couldn't even explain, because it made me feel better, and, you know, made me feel a part of the family, and made you want to work harder and just be here because you're being recognized for your hard efforts. You know, because I've had days where I just stayed up all night because I just wanted to get some stuff done, you know what I mean? But I feel appreciated for it now because I did that, you know what I mean? So it was great to be recognized. It really is. I love this company. Yeah.
It is. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Kyle, let's go over to you. Okay, you were there. You and I, you know, we hugged it out. You know, we had our picture taken together and stuff.
Yeah.
So, what was your feeling of the whole thing? What was your transformation and your breakthroughs that you had there?
Yeah. It was awe-inspiring. It just was amazing, and to meet you and everybody else there. And I've never had so many hugs in my life. It felt really, really good. Yeah. And my transformation happened, well, throughout the whole thing, except for the day I missed you and Connie, I guess. I we were all standing, and Will was up there, and we were just closing our eyes and holding hands with the person next to you, and he was just talking quietly, and it made tears just roll down my face, and I went, yes, I'm here for a reason, and I know what that reason is, and I'm going to achieve that. My dreams, my goals. I'm going to learn, do, and teach.
There you go. You see, everybody has different types of transformations and breakthroughs. I mean, here you've got Kyle that's just coming here, and that is a big breakthrough right there. Okay, that's something that a lot of people can't get past, and that's why so many people tend to fail in most cases out there, is because they can't get past that. And what this company, in my opinion, allows you to do, it allows you to give yourself permission to get through that. Right? And that's what I find. And they find a way to help you through that. This entire event, right from the start to the finish, they've got an amazing guy who's now become a permanent part of this company, and that's Will Wood, David Wood's brother. And, what he brings is an absolute amazing talent that this entire industry needs, and we got it. Okay? And this is why I think we're going to have so many different breakthroughs and transformations, which is going to turn into very high earners in this industry, because we have a way of now teaching people how to break out of their shell that they're stuck in. Most people don't know how to do that, right? I mean, I had massive breakthroughs with him. I had a great breakthrough with him before I went on stage, because we all met behind there. He goes through kind of a process to get us ready for this, and going through different questions and stuff. And it's amazing how free he makes you feel. Okay? And this is what happens with everybody. And I think everybody felt that was in there in the audience, how free that, because he helps you give yourself permission to break loose, right? So let's go over to Mark. Mark, I know you had some big ones, buddy, and you know what? It was so great to meet you in person and hug it out and stuff, man. So
I'll tell you, Carl, just even sitting and waiting for my turn in this moment is killing me. You guys know how I am already. I'll tell you, I mean, I knew it was going to be transformative. I can't put into words how incredible it was. Before I got to the event, I had belief. I absolutely had belief. I knew that this thing would work. I had no question about it. But getting to the event, Empower was in my mind, but now Empower is in my heart and in my soul. The energy that you feel there's nothing like it. I've been in a lot of different places doing a lot of different things. There is nothing. I'm talking nothing like it. So if you've never been to an event before, I'll tell you, wild horses could not keep me away from any other event from here on out. I mean, and I'm going to give props to Carl for a moment, because I just even think of my first opportunity to be on stage, I'm going to bawl like a friggin' baby. I'm going to bawl like a friggin' baby. I'm going to cry my eyes. I get welled up just thinking about it. So I'll tell you, I mean, one of the things that just blew me away at the event was everybody that has done well, everybody that's been successful in this business, they could not be any different from each other. I mean, you've got every personality, every style, every hardship, everything that there is, and yet they all have that one commonality. They worked it. They didn't take no for an answer. They didn't give up. They just persisted. And they're all so incredibly different. And I mean, I related to so many. I mean, I'm not anything like Justin and Dee, but I'll tell you, they are so moving. I agree with you, Connie. I mean, and Nicole, they are something else to see in person. I would say that Empower became far more spiritual for me than just a business op. When people talk about it getting in their heart and in their soul, I mean, it really is that. interestingly enough, I came back to the office today and instantly inundated by problems and issues. And I just, first of all, when they came up, I kind of laughed them off because my soul is clean now. You know, I got my soul cleaned out with all the hatred and all the bitterness and all the crap that comes along with everyday life, right? It gives you a renewed sense of purpose, and it allows you to. I laughed off some of the stuff that I saw that you know, a week ago would have set me spiraling, you know, in another direction. But it. I mean, I love what I do now, but I can't wait to have that be a hobby. I can't wait for it to be something that I do because I want to do it, not because I need to earn a living. You know.
There you go. And by the way, you know, that guy's single and he's a party animal. Just he danced the floor. He danced the night away with my wife on the floor and many of the others that were in here too.
No, see, it's your wife that's the party animal. She closed the dance floor, not me.
Hey, I can contest that. You know, I asked Mark to come dance with me on the dance floor. He got some crazy moves now. He tell him not to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
We had some pretty wild stuff going on. Well, let's go over. We're going to be over you, Mike, and Sedegay. We're going to go over to Steve because he was at the event. So, Steve, let us know what your transformations and breakthroughs were. What do you got out of that?
Well, you get more belief, and you know, you look at where I'm at and where, let's say, Michael Martin's at. All right. He has the same system as I got. Is that he just has learned how to use it and has done it, and that's what I got to do is follow the system and do the 8 core commitments, and I will be where Michael's at. Okay? And it's that simple. I mean, you know, it is crazy. They say that people that don't make money, and the only reason why they don't make any money is that they just don't follow the system. The system works. Yeah. You know? The system works. Look what's up there. I mean, look at Carl. I mean, look at this guy. I met him in person. How about that? I said, man, if Carl can do this thing, I can do this thing.
And anybody can do this, you know. And I mean, you guys heard my story, man. I started fresh and new, just like everybody else did, right? You know, you can be in this industry for as long as I have, and still have to start fresh and new. And that's what I did. And you know, I'm thankful I started fresh and new with all of you guys. Okay, I mean, you guys you make everything worthwhile to me to be back in here, because I almost left this industry completely forever. Okay, I was very, very close, and you know, being, you know, having that one phone call from Alex Zubarev, that just changed. This is a guy who never gave up on me, and just like me, I won't give up on any of you guys. You know, we're in this for the long haul, forever. You know, this thing is going to go for a very long time. Now, one thing I want to ask before I go over to Sedegay and Bruno and Michael. Okay, all of you that were there. How many of you were able to talk to David Wood?
I was. I didn't get a full conversation with him, but there's been a few chances where I felt like I had a chance to even take a picture with him. But, you know, it's his popularity level. Everybody's just, like, surrounded around him. So I'm like, you know what? Just like I was asking Mark at the party, I was like, Mark, let's go try to get a picture with David. We stood there for about 3 minutes, and Mark was like, I'm not going to wait this long. But I'm like, if you want to, you go right ahead. I was like, no. I was like, God, this is the final opportunity. Like, I get a chance to, you know, take a picture with David Wood, you know. I was like, I'll forget it. You know, I was like, his popularity status is just pyramid high, and, you know, in order to really get there, you know, I would really need to really step up my game in this business. So to even just have a handshake with him is just epic for me, you know.
Well, here's the reason I asked this question, okay? If you had a conversation with it, I don't care if it was 30 seconds long or anything, did you all notice how highly focused he was when he talked to you?
Yes.
I mean, to me, it almost got to the point of creepy. It was because
I noticed that too.
He looks into your soul, okay?
Yeah,
He
it
looks
is,
for
brother.
genuinity. He wants to see how genuine you are. And when he looks at you, there's undivided attention. I mean, there's nothing here. He's looking straight at you.
In the zone.
And that is an amazing amount of focus. And you know what? If I can tell anybody in here, that's the focus you need. When you have that focus, the world is yours, man. You'll conquer it. Okay? And this is why I had to say that, because this is something that's unique. You don't see that. You know, you can have a conversation with people and, you know, they turn around, they talk to you, and they look around and stuff like this, you know. But him, in the entire conversation, I had a 15-minute conversation with him. I didn't even think he blinked. I didn't even see him blink, right? And he looked directly at me.
I don't think he ever blinks, Carl. Like,
I'm telling you, he looks like he's in a trance.
He does. And you know, it's amazing. Yeah. And we had the deepest conversation. You know, I mean, I apologized to him, and I did that 3 times. I apologized to him, and he told me to stop apologizing. I apologized to him 3 times, and my apology was for leaving. And I told him it'll never happen again. Mm. You know, because this is a guy whose vision is so powerful that when things went up and down in this business, he never gave up. He came back stronger every single time. And I had to shake his hand and apologize to him, because I've never seen somebody who can get beaten and battered down and come back stronger like he has. Okay? There's people that have made those kind of comebacks, but the focus and the drive, I've never seen that in anybody other than him. And for you guys to have a conversation with him, those of you did, you've just witnessed it. So those of you that haven't had that conversation, you've got to have at least a 1-minute conversation with him, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? Because this is a guy who's he's gonna visualize the belief right into you. It's like it comes right across and goes right to here.
He does look like he looks straight down your soul. I mean, it looks like he's,
I felt like he was like coming right into my soul the way he was, you know, and that's a good thing. Okay.
I'm not a religious person, but I'll tell you, I mean, he comes across like a prophet. He really does.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, it's incredible. He has such power. It's not just his status. It's his focus. It's his ability to read people. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, to see that live and in person is just remarkable.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And, you know, it's funny how you say you're not a religious, because I'm not that much either, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, look, the whole story with me and religion is this. I used to go to church and stuff like that many, many, many years ago. And then when I started going, I found out that the minister was stealing the money that we were giving to the church. Mm-hmm. Right? And that just, you know, it was the corruption that made me walk away. I never lost my faith, so to speak, but I just didn't, you know, my there's a name for guys like me, I guess. I'm not atheist, but I'm still a believer, but I do it in my own kind of way, right?
Carl, that's just spirituality. That's what I always say. Like, I'm born and raised Jewish, but I don't buy into Judaism, but I have a strong belief in God, and it's spiritual. You know, Justin puts it just so incredibly well that, you know, he gives his praise to Jesus Christ, you know, although I don't necessarily participate in that. He says all the time, the church is all around you. You don't have to go to any one particular place. You don't have to go at one particular time. It's you thank God in your manner, your higher power of any sort. You just thank God in your own way at the times that you feel like you need to, and that's just spirituality. That's kind of the way I am too.
Well, you know, that's exactly it. That's probably the only way that I could actually put it for myself. You know, everybody, like I said, they have their own ways and stuff, and that's just how it is for me. So you and I are a lot alike in that way, Mark.
Yep.
So let's go over to, I'm going to go to Setagay first. Mike, before I go back to you, okay? Because she's actually been to an event, so I want to get her side. She just missed out on this one. But Sergey, if you can come on and let everybody know what the events have done for you in the past. Although you weren't at this particular one, you've been to them. So if you could come on and let everybody know what they've done for you and how they've transformed you. Because you've been with Empower still, I think, 4 years, right?
I think, Carl, you mute me.
Oh, yeah, I did. You're unmuted now. Texas is calling. Texas is calling. I'll be right back.
It's not me. Okay. My transformation, as you and Mark said, I'm not religious, but I believe on Wood 100%. When he look at me in my eye, is all his energy, because when I was in the Gaylord, I was touching Wood and his brother, and whole his energy gone through my body. And after that, I made a video, and I was shocked. I love this community because they don't care who you are, what shape or size you are. Because when I was standing beside the Wood, I was short, and he is very tall. And as Mark said, looking at my eye, he went through all my soul. And I was just shaking. My breakthrough is just never quit, do whatever I can, and be around this community because it's like my family. I love all of the people because they all have the same mind. They want to get to the top, and we are all uplifting each other. We helping each other from zero to get to whatever you want to be. And would treat you all as Carl, you said, this way. It doesn't care you make $1 million or 25. We all are the same there, and we have a great culture and community, and I love it all. That's my future, my retirement.
There you go. You see? And you know, it's just amazing because everybody I talk to, whether, you know, and I talked to I don't know how many hundred people over there. It's no wonder I barely got my voice, right? Besides the yelling, I mean, we did a lot of that. It was just amazing, right? And you know, I got to show you guys this, okay? Some of you there at the event saw this, okay? But this is our lanyard, okay? Right here, okay? And this is the event tag, okay? Hang on, let me go over there. Okay, unleash, okay? This lanyard is very special, okay? The black lanyard are only for people who become keynote speakers and get on stage. Okay, this was the first time in my 36-year career I ever owned one of these. Okay, so this was a very special event. Now, what I was able to achieve was the signatures of every single person that was on stage.
Wow.
Wow,
okay.
That is great.
You know, Dave Wood, Will Wood, the Tams, the Varengias, Tracy Walker, the Rob Skinner, the Aldos, everybody who spoke on stage.
Oh my God, that's great!
Picture is on here, and you know what? This is what I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, events are very, very special, very special, and whether you're on stage or not, okay. This thing is always blank, okay, when you get it. The front has got this, the back has got this. Treasure it. Get the signatures of people that you connect with. You know, whether they're teammates or just people that you have a chance to talk to or interview. And you'll remember this. Like this thing here is going up on a special plaque. This will be mounted and everything with a special plaque and everything in this thing, because like I said, it's special to me, right?
Awesome.
But every single event, I mean, I will from every event on now, because I'm not going to be on stage all the time. Hopefully I'll be on stage lots, because that's what my goal is. I want to be able to teach people share as much of my knowledge as I can with people out there. And when I'm not on stage, I want people to be recognized that they matter, that they're important too. Okay? Because all of these people on here, they're important to me. Everybody on this panel. I don't have a big enough lanyard here, or a big enough plaque here to get everybody's signatures. But I'll tell you, at the next event, my wife's and mine will be filled with these. Okay? Because, you know, this is how I'm able to reach out and connect and always stay connected with everybody when I have that, because that's a big part, right? So I guess the one thing that I want everybody to take away from this is go out and buy your Texas Sharpie today. That you have it. Have your Sharpie when you go, okay? Because start from day one all the way to the last day, okay? And do that. And if you run out of space on here, find something else for them to sign. Buy an extra T-shirt and have them sign that. You know? Because, in my opinion, everybody in this company is a celebrity, and they all deserve to have their mark on anything that I carry. Okay? So think that the same way, you guys, because, you know, like I said, this was a very special event for me. Having those signatures was extra special. And the more Rena and I talked about that, the more special they became. The only thing that I was sad about that I didn't think about it was too late to get all of our team consistency people to sign Rena's. And I wish I'd thought about that. But believe me, I'll be coming to each and every one of you at the next event to get that done.
I was going to say 90 days later, baby.
59. 59
yeah,
now.
Right.
59 and counting, or whatever it's going to be.
Wait, no, it's 89 and counting.
Or 89 and counting, I should say. 89 and counting.
Hey, Carl, let me say one thing, too. I think you can easily, and I think everybody that's been there will agree with this statement, the easiest way to summarize up the event is trying to figure out how you're going to make it the next 90 days before you get a chance to see everybody again. I mean, you know, leaving was the saddest day because, you know, you're like, man, these people are so cool, and I had such a great time, and it's so uplifting, and it's so good for your mind, body, and soul. And you're like, I don't think I can wait 3 months to see everybody again.
Yep.
You know, that summarizes it.
You know, it's funny because Rena and I were talking about that. You know, she was going, man, this thing went so fast.
Yeah,
and she goes, you know, and we've only been to 2 events, okay? Only 2, and that's my fault, okay? That's my fault for letting that happen. But I will never miss one now. And the reason I'm saying I'll never miss one is because of exactly what you said. It was a sad day. Look at us last night at the, or whatever it was. Yeah, last night, right? Is that what it was? No, Sunday night. Sunday, 2 nights ago. Yeah, see, but when we were at the, what was it, Fuse or something? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, Fuse.
Yeah.
Fuse. You know, we're all in there. As many of us that could get in there. You know, it was when everybody started saying goodbye, it was like, oh man, this is goodbye, but for only 90 days. It's still, you know, it's really tough when you start building all these really close bonds with people, and you really don't get to know them deeper enough. You know, there just wasn't enough time. You know what I mean? And when we got together, or whether it was around having lunch or having dinner or at Fuse like we were there, which was a kind of a bar thing that was there. We're all gathered in there. You know, I even missed, because my phone was not working the entire event, I missed the damn team picture.
Me
and I
too.
was so upset about that.
Me too.
Oh.
A lot of people missed it.
I never got a picture with Michael or Alex. And yet, you know, I talked to them a few times, but we just didn't have time to fit them in, right? And when we did, my camera was dead or whatever. It was just, you know, it's not that I was ill prepared. I guess maybe in a sense I was. But I had a very hard time. Sorry, Mark, go ahead.
The delay is killing me because I think you're breaking, and then we both talk at the same time. I had like 3 extra battery packs, and my damn devices were dead all the time. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, my issue was, I guess, that I booked at a different hotel. okay? And I'm going to call it the Bates Hotel, okay? Just for any of you that have watched the Psycho movie, okay? Because all night long, all I heard was creaking and doors slamming and stuff like that. That's all I heard all night long, right? So I had to move out of there, and I moved over to the Gaylord Resort. When I was at that hotel, I couldn't charge my phone, okay? The Wi-Fi didn't work. There was just a whole lot of issues. And when I finally moved over to the Gaylord, it seemed like I had no time anymore, and yet I was right there. And I had no time because the time that I was away from the hotel, right, I made up for it when I was there. So, you know, you're up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you're already meeting for people for breakfast at 8 o'clock, then we're off to the event. That thing went all day long, and, you know, you don't get back to your room. And the reason you don't do that, folks, is that Gaylord Resort is so bloody big. It takes you like an hour just to get back to your room from the conference center, right? So you can't go there and you can't charge your phone. And then, of course, they have wall jacks there, and, well, where did I leave?
Well, you know, the other thing about that, Carl, is you don't want to go back to your room.
You don't.
You don't. I was amazed at how very little time I spent. I'm glad I actually, I kind of last minute told Josh because he needed a room. I said, yeah, sure, jump in with me. I don't care.
Yep.
And originally I thought I would just get my own room, but I'm glad that I shared because, honestly, I spent 3 hours, at most 4 hours of sleep, you know, a night sleeping there, and that was it. And then you wake up and do it all over again. You don't spend time in your room because you just don't want to miss an opportunity to hang with people. Yeah. And, I mean, you can walk back to your room and bump into 3 different people you want to hang with, you know, just walking back.
When you went, hey, there was always somebody there, right?
So there's no reason to spend time in your room. That's why I could bring those battery packs. But, I had a cord that didn't work, so I had battery packs and no cord. But something always comes up, but you know what? You work it out.
And now we know.
Overcome, baby.
We need to be a little bit even better for the next one. But see, we all learned this. Okay, I'm going to bring a guy on who I know is super highly motivated here. Jacob, I'm going to get to you in a sec, bud. But I'm going to bring on Michael Bruno here. He never made it to the event this time round, but I'm telling you, this is a supercharged guy who will definitely be meeting us in Texas. Okay, so Mike, why don't you saw a bit of the live cast too? So why don't you share with everybody how the live cast impacted you and what's getting you so motivated to be the next? Because I'm telling you, watching you text this morning here was just driving me nuts. I can hardly wait to meet you in Texas, man.
As I said to you this morning, I'm going to be moving hell high water to get there.
Yeah.
I saw the night before they had given us the livestock video, which, of course, they're waiting for everybody to get through, and then they get to meet the team leaders, or the team leaders, the brainchild of the group. So it was very informative. It was also very high energy. You could feel that when you saw the live stream, how much energy they had. Everybody had for that, and it's much. I'm gonna find it much more. It's much more live than the video, than just being on this live stream or on the videos themselves.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can hardly wait for you to experience your first one here because Connie can contest to that, and Kyle, I don't know if that was your first one.
Yep.
I know it was Mark's first one, and not just to me, it's allowing you. You could feel your own personal freedom coming out. At least that's how it was for me at this event here. I always talk about living life on your own terms, and I'm telling you, there was nothing like living life. And that event allowed me to feel and be that way there. I didn't even want to come home, you guys. I just didn't want to come home. I wanted everybody to stay there. I figured, what, why don't we just all move into this place, right? We'll just all hang out there, right? So, that's how I felt. It was like, because I don't get that same thing where I am. We all have our own personal families and stuff like that, but that's not this. That's not this culture. Okay, this culture is something that I love. I can hardly wait to get up every day to communicate with people. I was looking so forward. Connie was telling me, was it yesterday, Connie, or whenever you were doing it? I was thinking about, you were saying, why don't we do a hangout and talk about this? And I go, I don't know how tired I'm going to be. And she goes, what do you mean? We got to do it. I go, you're right. We got to do it. Doesn't matter how tired I am. Doesn't matter whether I had a voice or not. I mean, I could have done it this way too. We all could have been voiceless and that and still had this hang up. But it's that important. To me, it's that important. I was so psyched on coming and doing this thing here today. You know, I was ready to do this at 8 o'clock this morning, my time, right? But, you know, I can't even explain it. It's a feeling you'll all understand and feel when you get there. But it's an absolute amazing, amazing feeling, and you're going to be just like us. Like Mark said, you're going to be so sad the day everybody has to say see you later, even though it's going to be 3 months again. It's just, you know, you can't wait for that 3 months to get there, right? Because I know each and every one of us are going to be counting the days now to the next event since we've all met each other.
Yeah.
Because it's that special bond that we all got with each other, right? So.
You know what it was for me, Carl? Like, you watch some of the webinars where, you know, people are there attending and you see their excitement and you somewhat feel their excitement, but when you're there and you experience that energy and that raw emotion and it goes through you like, you know, radiation, it's incredible. I mean, it's a totally other level. I mean, it's so hard to describe and put into words. And I've been to a lot of different trainings in a lot of different areas, and man, it was their word for it is true. It's transformational. It absolutely is. There's no other word for it.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah, you gotta fly. So thanks so much, Steve, for coming on. Any last words?
No, I'm fine. Enjoyed meeting you all. To the next.
Okay, it was a pleasure meeting you in person. Plus, make sure you send me a picture of us because you have it on your camera.
I have a video.
Even if it's a video, send me that so at least I have something, bud.
All right, good enough.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Bye, Stephen.
Bye.
Jacob, over to you, buddy. How are you?
Doing pretty good. My phone's kind of being goofy, but
That's
yeah.
okay. We're goofy here, so you fit in right.
What was that?
I say we're goofy here, so you fit right in.
Oh yeah. So I got the opportunity to be part of the cast of at the event. Stands for Contribution Support Team, and it was really amazing. I got to help out on stage. Move around the whiteboards and share stuff.
Well, you and Larry are right by me.
And just and just I mean, like, just being around all the leaders, they're just all down to earth. They're just, you know, normal people like us that have just done amazing things. They just decided, you know, they weren't going to deal with bullshit anymore, and they decided they're going to go for it. And, you know, they've done these amazing things.
Yeah.
Did you have the opportunity to talk to either Dave or Will?
Yeah. Well, I just briefly chatted with Will. Well, I get to see Will pretty often though, because we live pretty close by. So yeah. Just I know that, you know, Will was asking me what my biggest breakthrough was, and for me, honestly, my biggest breakthrough ended up being spiritual. It's definitely not something that I expected at all, but it's, you know, it's kind of what came up for me, and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I had that same thing. I mean, this time around, my breakthroughs were more spiritual than anything. And you know, like we were talking just prior to you coming on here. I mean, you know, I'm not a big how do I explain that? Religious type of person, I guess, right? Yeah. I am in my own way. Let's just put it that way. I do it like we just had that little bit of a conversation. I am in my own way, and spiritually, this event absolutely overwhelmed me spiritually at this one here. I mean, it was. I've been to lots of events, but none of them ever impacted me as this one did. This was very special, this one here. So, and I'm glad that we connected, because I mean, you know, we talked quite a bit that was out there. You know, you and Larry and I, and we all talked out there, and it was great.
Yeah.
I asked you about, you know, if you talked to David or Will, Will actually has that same stare, that same look when he talks to you. He looks right into you. Like it's not as strong as David, but it's there. It must be you know, I don't know, a wood trait or something. The way they at least between the two of those guys. But when they talk to you, they look at you. It's like they're looking into your soul when they talk to you. So I was just wondering if you actually experienced that as well.
Yeah, I actually experienced that the first time I met Will. I actually went to his office here in Utah, and I told him about my goals, and he just looked at me and said, "I believe you." And that was the first time in my life that anybody had ever said, "I believe you." When I said, "I want to do this. This is something I want to do." So it was very powerful. So yeah, I definitely feel like I mean, Will, in my opinion, has kind of breathed life back into me, and has helped me have such a transformation. Well, him and Dave, just the things I've learned from just being in Empower Network and all the trainings and things, and then just going to the event. It's just like it was like a build up all up to the event, and then at the event just like punch through. It was like that you know, like when you're running a race, they say you know, like to save your energy kind of towards the last leg there, and then you just punch it, you know, and you know like um um I feel like I'm just like 100 times more free than I was before the event.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And you know, in my opinion, and I told them both this, that Will being added to here was the best addition he has ever done to this company.
Agreed.
Okay? He's going to bring so much strength to this company, because our entire marketing industry, and I'm talking about network marketing in general, is missing this.
Yeah.
And this is what's going to make us a powerhouse out there, because it's going to get us emotionally secured, emotionally strong, spiritually strong, everything that you need to have in business. That's what it's going to do for us. Mark, you're going to notice that even in your business, your own personal practice. You're going to notice how it's going to ground you out there, just with this whole mindset, the way that. And I'm just, I can't even talk sometimes, because my life has been a mess, and some of you guys understand that from my story online. And Will was able to help me, even just behind the stage when we talked before we went on. He helped me get emotionally grounded before I went up there and shared that story, because I think I would have completely lost it.
Yeah.
When I was on there, because it's a pretty tough story, man. You know how I've gone through all this, and you know some of the mistakes I've made, and being able to accept the fact that I made those mistakes and not try and blame it on somebody else.
You know what, Carl? You know what the one consistent thing across the board from everybody? It doesn't matter what walk of life. It doesn't matter what skin color, what gender, none of that. It's all about what people have overcome. Every single person up there has overcome something. You know, everybody has overcome, and it's not just figuring out the business. None of that matters. You know, you could do it any one of 100 ways. It's about overcoming. It's about continuing on despite all the naysayers. It's about all that. You know, one of the things that I noticed too is when you first get into this, you hear people, you know, I love you, I appreciate you, and all of this stuff. You wonder how much of it is just talk, how much of it is just trying to pump someone up.
Right.
You're there. You know that what they're saying is real. You feel that. You feel that love come through. Like Dave, when he says, I believe in you, you know that that's not just someone trying to build up his and your business. Like, you know that, you know, when they talk about, you know, being about, trying to help others, and you feel all that. It's incredible. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah. Anything you want to add to that, Connie?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I got to share this with you guys. Connie, you probably saw this, or maybe you saw this happen. As we were leaving Fuse, okay, or was it just before we went into Fuse? I can't remember. I think it was just before we were going into Fuse, maybe. That's when it was. Rena and I were walking down the little hallway there. Fuse, there was a whole bunch of, I guess, bars and stuff like that. That's where this part was in the resort. And we're walking down there, and, Dave came up, and he stopped me.
Oh.
And he says, first of all, he says, "Hey, Carl, sorry for calling you David," because he called me all in one room. He called me David. He goes, "I really apologize for doing that." And I had been asking him throughout the event, if I could get a picture of him and Will and Rena and I. And, he says to me, he says, "You know what?" It says, "It's just been crazy." I says, "But you know what? We'll do this in Texas. I really appreciate everything." So he says, "You know what? Right now we're going to do a picture with the three of us, right?" And he had his bodyguard. What did they call him? The Incredible Bulk. they had him take pictures, and he took one. He goes, "Dave," no, Dave goes, "Nope, one more. Nope, one more." Right? So we got these pictures taken, and it was cool because I told him, I said, "You're so busy. We'll do it another time." And yet he came and he found me. And he said, "Look, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to do it next time. Just make sure that we you connect with me on the first day. We're going to get it all done, right?" So, I mean, this is what's so cool about this guy. This is what shows you how real this guy is. I've never got that in any of the other companies. I'll be honest with you. I mean, when I join companies, I go out there and people go out there and recruit me for their companies because I can build some pretty big downlines. I've done it in the past. So. But when they recruit me in there, they expect me to do all the training and everything else. It's like, and then when I do, like this one company, I put 700 people in there in about, I don't know, it was about 2.5 months, right? I just crammed them in. That's the story I shared with you guys. This guy didn't even say thank you. I mean, his thank you was he took off with all the money and destroyed it, right?
Yeah.
So, this is the first time I've been with a company, and I knew this with Dave from the beginning. And he was genuine. I never had the opportunity to meet him the first time in there because, the company was doing so well. It was very hard to get close to him. I was new in there, and, if he could have, I'm sure he would have.
Right.
But I had my opportunity this time around, and I find now that he is more inclined to reach out and take pictures and talk to people now than he's ever been.
Good.
Because he's had his transformation through his brother.
Yes.
And that I can tell you.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because if any of you have been in here, Sedegay, you've been in here for quite a few years, you will know that if you look at Dave today and look at Dave from yesterday, you know what I mean, like way back at the beginning, this isn't the same Dave. Right. This is a different Dave.
Yeah.
It was like he was.
I know that's
energy
he has is transform all people's life.
He's a completely different person from what he was before. It was like it was almost like before. I'm not saying he was like this 100%, but it was like before that there was only a certain group that he would allow himself to associate with. Yeah. And disassociate himself away from the masses. Now, that might be because it was way too many. But today, if he had the time at that event, he would have gone out and walked off the stage and shook everybody's hand one by one out there. If time allowed, he would have done that. Right. I tell you that right now, he would have. Even hugged everybody and shook their hand and everything else. But, as you know, that Dave, that would have taken 3 days, right? So, it just couldn't be done. But, I mean, he's a completely different guy today, and that's why I love this guy so much. Yeah. Even my wife, who she goes, she can't believe this guy. She can't believe how he is now and how he was back then. Like, she fell for this guy, for his beliefs and everything the first time, and now she's like in love with Dave. right? You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, I think we all are, really.
Yeah, you can't help but fall in love with that guy. He's awesome.
There isn't a fault with this guy now.
And you know what? I love with all of you guys. What I can do, I love you all. Carl, Michael, Mark, everybody.
Yeah.
Guy and girl, all.
You know, I mean, I have to thank Team Consistency first and foremost about everything, because if it wasn't for Alex Zubrev, I wouldn't have been here to meet any of you guys. Okay? Alex is one guy who never, ever gave up on me. I knew Alex before this because we did a few things before Empire Network, but when we got in, even when I left, he still texted me every couple of months to see how I was doing.
That's good.
And he saw me crashing.
That's good.
And he reached out at exactly the right time and saved me.
Right.
Because back in September last year, I don't know where I would be, honest to God.
Yeah.
You know, thoughts of some really bad stuff came to my mind every once in a while because I didn't know what to do. And he caught me at the right time.
You know, talking about transformation, Carl, you know, you go from this being a business to, and you know, you hear all the talk early on about helping people, and you know that it's not baloney, but you're like, okay, well, it's a business, you're helping people. You instantly start to understand what they mean by helping people. You know, you hear everything and you think, well, it's serving two purposes. It's good to be nice to people and help people, but you're also helping yourself. Well, you know, you go to an event and you realize it is all about helping people. The money just comes along with it. I mean, all the leaders, they talk about it all the time. You see it. Like, you know, the more you help, the more money you make. It's not because you're trying to help people to help yourself, but you know, it's just like a byproduct almost of helping others. And you know, I mean, think of how awesome it would be for you, Carl, to reach out and pick someone up out of the depths of the muck that they're wading through right at that moment, and pick them up and lift them up and turn them into you. Right. I mean, how awesome would that make you feel? I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I can't wait for some moment like that.
Well, that's actually my mission, Mark.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, I've had so many people touch me at this event here, and Alex, I mean, you know what? I'll be grateful for the rest of my life to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because of what he's done, and I can't say enough about him. I mean, this is an amazing guy. You know, I mean, he's brought all of us together in Team Consistency. You know, obviously Michael Martin and John Oakes have a lot to do with that too. Those are two incredible guys. By the way, also, if you've never met these guys in person, you definitely make a point to go and meet them, shake their hands, give them a hug. Okay, Chrissy Martin and Natasha Oakes, two amazing ladies behind their men. Okay, they're just amazing, right? Anna Zubarev, I love her to death. She knows that, right? I mean, she's an amazing woman too, you know. And just everybody, you know, how the spouses come on board. Like Rena was not on board at first. She went to the event, you know, 600 degrees there, you know, about 97 degrees coming back. That was pretty good, right? So that's what happens, right? You get these transformations, and now Rena was so pumped. I mean, like, she has a job right now. Right now, I want to retire her in 3 months because she wants to do this full time.
Oh, good.
I've never heard her say that to me before.
Yeah.
But she wants to do this now.
Yeah.
You know?
Good.
I mean, Scott, you know, I mean, you've heard her talking, right? I mean,
yeah, she's excited.
She is just so, you know, I mean, my God, she's so excited about this company now, more so than ever. And that just, I'm telling you, that just touches me here, man. Yeah. Because, you know, she's always been behind me, but never understood it. You know, she always goes, you know what, I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. And now we get back here, and you know what, we're going to do this, she says. It's not me anymore, it's we, right? Awesome. So that's a huge thing when your spouse is now 100% fully on board with you. And now she wants us to go together and do this. You know, let's go and build the strongest team we've ever built. Not you go and build the strongest team you've ever built. We're going to go and build the strongest team.
That's great.
That's huge.
Wow.
That's huge to hear that.
Hey, Carl, I'm tagging out to Scott. Scott's going to take my spot. I got to run.
No problem. Mark, thanks for hopping on, bud.
No problem. Good to see you, Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you guys hear me? I was going to say that's great, Carl.
Yeah. Yeah, we sure can, Scott. You know what? I hope you got lots to say because we're going 24 hours on this. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
So,
You've been going 24 hours, right?
Well, you know what, Scott? You know what? We're going to bring you on. Have you share your breakthroughs, your transformation that you had there. I mean, you know, you and I, we hung out quite a bit down there, right? It was a great time that we had, and looking forward to doing the same thing over and over again every 3 months. So why don't you come on and let everybody know who you are and you know what your breakthrough and what your transformation was, bud.
Sure, yeah. Just, so Scott Martin from Oregon. Just got started in Empower. Met and hung out with all you guys for the first time here. That was probably the biggest thing, I think, for all of us. Was just meeting each other, spending time together, getting to know each other. You know, just it made a big difference in my life already. You know, all you guys are. I mean, everybody in our team is just, they're quality individuals. They got good hearts. They care about each other. They want to help. We all want to help each other. And I think it was just that team mentality or whatever came out. And I think with this new launch, it's just going to help all of us come together and help each other. And I mean, geez, what Mark's done already this morning, and Connie and everybody, we're just Carl. I mean, we just got back a few hours ago and we're already going at it. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm still tired, but I'm going to get through all this. I'm still trying to get through all this. You know what? These all-nighters just aren't good for me anymore. I just can't do them. But, you know,
Yeah, they
plus
kick
3
us out of
friends
the
on the way home,
restaurants here
too.
about every night.
Sorry, what was that?
I said I think they kicked us out of the restaurants every night. We closed it down like 1:32 in the morning. So
Yeah. But it was just so awesome, you know. I mean, to me, you know, to be able to meet all of you, but you know, meeting Nicole was really special to me because Nicole is one of my personally sponsored, and she was the only one from my team that actually made that trip. Okay. You know, I understand there's a lot of things that come up for people, but they also know that there is no excuse now, you know, 90 days from now, because I'll make a trip to their house, and if I do that, you're in trouble. Okay.
yeah, Nicole's awesome.
It's not going to be the greatest video you do with me if I have to go to your house. So, but Nicole, I love you. You know that, and I'm so happy that we finally met in person. And this is just
Thank
one
you.
of many
so
more
much.
to go. So,
I
any
also want to
last
say, yeah, I want to say something. I wanted to say hey to Scott. I saw Scott there at the party and get a chance to meet everybody else. But I got to the part and I was taking photos. I felt so self-inspired to really get as much, as many photos as I could. So, and Carl, for those words that you just said about me, the love you've given for me is the same in return. So thank you. Like I said, I've always wanted to be a part of Empower Network. For me, you know, network marketing is not new. I've known about it since I was 21, but I was always looking for that right opportunity in that right time of my life when to join. And since the pre-launch of Empower Network, you know, I've seen these events. I've seen the webinars. I've seen some people. They have got to where some people like Justin D. Veringer are today and have left this company. You know, but there's new people here. And there's even more inspiring to see how people coming from international countries and they're making over $800,000 in commissions. That's just a astonishing amount of money that tells me, like, if anybody in this panel here can do it, I know that I can. So, and it's even more inspiring for me to see David Wood give that vision for everybody to see, like, what life you can create of your own. Everybody in here in this panel is destined to become somebody. Even myself, I see that I am on stage one day and saying, hey, look where I am today. 10 years ago, I was sitting here saying this. That kind of thing I want to be able to say, when I get my millionaire dollar ring. So, guys, I'm telling you, just keep the faith, keep the motivation, and whatever it takes for you to just sustain that inspiration inside of you to say, hey, I'm going to be there. I'm going to get all into this company. Do it in its entirety. I guarantee you. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Nicole. I mean, how many of you
Absolutely.
guys want that belt as bad as I do?
I know I do.
As bad as I do.
I'd just go for a lead.
I mean.
Oh man.
When I saw that thing come out, I thought that's the most badass thing I've ever seen this company come up with.
I have to agree.
That thing is like so
I have
cool.
to agree, Carl. Like,
just remember that this belt, you only get to keep it if you stay on top and be the top producer every month. Next month you could go out and win that belt, and you're wearing that belt. Okay? Anybody can get that belt. That's not unattainable from anybody. This new product we have is going to go like wildfire. I believe in the next 3 months that we're going to see a lot of people hitting 100K just in sales and that alone. Okay? And it's possible. That puts you to diamond that fast. Okay? And don't ever think that people aren't going to spend $1,000 for that kind of training. That's cheap as borscht, man. That's a $5,000 training. That's what I thought it was going to be when it first came out. I thought that was going to be $5,000. I'll be honest with you, because I think that's way more powerful than mass influences. Okay, and I actually thought that was going to be a $5,000 package. And coming out at $997, that's pretty insane. Especially with some of the stuff that may get added to it. Okay, that they talked about that we can't talk about on here, right? But oh man, I'm so stoked about it. I'm looking to do at least 10 of those sales of that product before the end of this month. Right?
Hey, Carl, I also want to mention something about that belt. Guys, seeing that belt in Dee Varenja's hand, this tells me that, in Power Network, you can, expect the unexpected. You have absolutely no idea what this company is going to be bringing in the upcoming years. I forget his name, but he was at the Generation Hero event. I don't know his name, but just something that he mentioned kind of strikes me like this company itself alone is going to be online forever, guys. Like, there's no other company out here like us. For those that love this company, it's not. It's the culture.
Yeah, it is. You know what? I mean, I look at this, and I guess I got to be careful how I say this, or maybe just accept it the way I'm going to say this. But and Justin already knows this, but his wife looked damn sexy in that belt, and I think any of you ladies in here would look damn sexy in that belt too. Okay. And as for us men, well, we're gonna look hot as a firecracker with them. So I think, and not only wearing it, it's the feeling of the accomplishment of having it. Knowing that we can get this thing, and knowing what we have to do to keep this thing, because it's not a permanent entity. It's like going out and winning the world heavyweight title. You get that belt, but that's only yours till the end of that, till the next time it comes up to go out and fight for it, right? Now those guys get to have it for a year before that comes up. Justin and Dee, they only get that for a month. Because if they're not the top producer that month, that belt's going to someone else. So anybody can get that, right? And I think that was the coolest thing that Dave came up with, because now that just tells everybody that anybody can have that belt, okay? And I thought that's probably one of the coolest recognition things that I've seen in a long time, okay? So, anyways, I'm not going to keep everybody unless everybody wants to hang out. So it's up to you guys. If there's stuff you guys want to talk about, or if you need to go, then you can fly. You got to go, Judy? Or Kyle? You got to go?
No, I wanted to ask, do we know when this will be available for us to sell
Well, you mean the product?
and use?
The product?
Yes.
Right now, it's in, I guess we would call it like a pre-launch, okay? Because the product's right now getting professionally developed. They have all the parts, what I understand. It's just a matter of putting the product together. So we are kind of pre-selling all the products right now. Not right now, it's just for affiliates, what I understand. Okay, and then we'll be notified. They'll be notifying everybody by email and that when the whole thing goes to the general public, that sort of thing, which should be sometime this week, I understand. All that stuff's to come.
Thursday.
Okay, Thursday. So, once that's all in place, then we'll know when to go and what we're allowed to say and all that sort of stuff. So right now, you can't say anything. Okay?
Mom's word.
So remember, NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Okay, that's a binding legal document. Okay.
Question, Carl.
Yeah.
So you know how we have until Wednesday midnight to get in on the pre-launch. So
Yeah.
if we don't do that by then, we can still get in, but we'll just be on the waiting list like everyone else, right? And we won't get commission.
Yeah, what happens is that your position is not going to be stayed, right? So because this goes in accordance with the actual Uniline, I understand, right?
Okay, right.
So you end up you don't save your position you're at right now in there. Then you go in whatever. I mean, you can buy the product whatever you want. It's just that get it before Wednesday, you're really good. If not, then hey, you're lost, right?
Okay.
Accept it. And and again, you guys heard my story. Again, I talked out on stage because Alex had to bring it up, and he did, right? Why don't you tell him the story about all the commissions you gave me, right? So again, Alex said, by the way, take your time getting the product. No problem. I'll take all the upsells, right? So, $9,000 in 8 days, guys. That's like a half a year's salary to most people.
I know. I'm gonna be selling some stuff today. I'm gonna try to sell some stuff.
Hey, Connie, you and I both.
Yeah.
Don't get sidetracked either on just focusing on that. I mean, this is an entire package, right? So you still got everything else, which is also very vital. Because we have the other part of Titan that's actually part of the other part.
Right.
Again, can't say anything. Want to know? Get back to the person who sent you to this hangout. Get the link from them. Get in. Okay? It's that simple. Okay? You want what we got? I don't know. But if you go here and sign the document, then you'll know. Right? Remember what Tracy Walker was saying? Right? But anyways, you know what? I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys today. I'm probably going to have to call us because I'm getting droopy-eyed. I'm so tired. My voice is killing me, too.
Yeah.
Try and get that back on Thursday.
I will say one last thing. I really am expecting to see everybody at the NAST event. And I know I will be better prepared in this upcoming event. So, guys, I'm really hoping I get to see everybody here on this panel. And for the ones that I did see, guys, it was absolutely a pleasure and honor meeting all of you. So,
definitely.
Oh, before I say anything, before we say goodbye and all that kind of stuff here, how many of you were actually able to get souvenirs?
I know I've gotten a few myself.
I have.
I'm actually wearing one over here.
Yeah, I got one.
Our team shirt, AGD.
I'm not talking about the event stuff. I'm talking about from Nashville. I didn't even get a Nashville souvenir. I gotta wait till the next one. I don't even have time. I don't have time to go into any of the stores. Don't buy anything. If I told somebody I went to Nashville, the only thing I have is the picture of the Gaylord thing there. That's all I got.
I got a right here.
Nashville. So I say, well, where was that? I say, Nashville? No, it wasn't there. But it's crazy. So, if you can, go an extra day. I didn't even get to see the freaking Grand Old Opry. I was so pissed off. I didn't get to see that. That was just down the road. And I didn't
across the street.
Right.
Yeah, you know. I mean, we went to the charity run. Connie and I don't know who else was on there. We went to the charity thing, and all we could see was about 15 seconds. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That's what we saw at the Grand Ole Opry. There it is. We saw the sign and the front door. That was it. That was the Grand Ole Opry. Right? We didn't even have time to get the cameras out. Right? So, so anyways, if you can afford to get there a day early or stay an extra day later, that's what you're going to want to do. Right?
Earlier.
Earlier is better, probably.
Yeah, right? Then you're awake still.
Yeah, you know. And you know, because I regret not doing that because I didn't get a chance to actually see Nashville. I wanted to go to the walk, the country walk of fame that was down there. Didn't get to see any of that. I didn't get out of the parking lot hardly.
Yeah, I wish more people would stay a day later too, so that we could have gotten together to do their videos and talk about how the event, affected us and stuff. That would have been cool.
Right. So I mean, like I'm probably going to go for a week next time, maybe a couple of days before and a couple of days after or whatever, because Rena and I were even talking. We were even saying, this almost felt like a vacation too, right? Even though it was all about business, we got to hang out with some very cool people.
Yeah, it was fun.
Right. Yeah. And it was cool. It's like, I mean, like sometimes you go on vacation, you're out on the beach, and you meet some people out there, and you're hanging out with them. That's a cool time. Well, that's what this was.
Yeah.
Because I don't think of this event as business. To me, it's not like business.
Yeah.
Right?
And like me, Scott, and Nicole, we came out there by ourselves, so it was kind of nerve-wracking to go on a trip like that all the way somewhere. You know what I mean? But it was not nerve-wracking once we got there because we felt so, everybody was just so inviting. It was nice.
Well, look at the time that you, Scott, and Rena and I had there. We were doing the videos, right? I mean, that was just cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
And this was like at 1:30 in the morning. We're doing these videos, guys, right? Right in the middle of a lobby someplace. I don't know where the lobby was, or whatever. Right? But it was. You know what? It was awesome. It was just so awesome. To me, I was overwhelmed with the love and that we had with everybody there. I love all you guys. You know that, right? So I look so forward to meeting you all in Texas, wherever it's going to be. I think it's Houston, but they haven't mentioned what city it is. But I just have a feeling it's going to be that because they have a Gaylord, right? So
anybody on here has anything to say?
Yeah.
Any other word? Does anybody on here has anything to say? Wants to say something? Floor is yours.
Yeah. Anybody? Anybody else? I could talk for the next 5 hours. We can go 24 hours if you want. I might fall asleep. I'm not sure, but at least somebody will be there to talk.
I just want to say thank you, Carl. You just came from the vacation, but still you did the hangout. We appreciate that. And thank you, Connie and Bibi and all the panel. We appreciate you. Just attend and be present and help each other to get to the top.
Yeah.
We want to be in the Texas. And maybe we can get a share room or something. We arrange, and in 90 days we have a time, we arrange something to get that bell too.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, we're going to carry this over. These hangouts now for the next, I think, week or so are going to be all focused on this kind of stuff because I think we can go off these events and talk about this stuff because I'm going to try and get more and more people on here and, focusing on the new product that's going out. And as we're allowed to say more and more about it, we need to focus on that as well without losing our actual focus on the entire thing. Because I think some people may go off and lose the entire focus of everything, but we need to keep this all together because that's a new product that's added on to the existing system that we have, right?
You know, I do have a question before you wrap it up then.
Yep.
I know the new portion is NDA. Even with the Empower portion, how do you explain it to new people? How would you, like, if a family member asks me what is the business? I mean,
good question. Actually, Mars actually said that on stage. Okay. Mars, what we are is we are a professional development and marketing tools company. That's what we are. Okay? Professional development and marketing tools. Okay? That's what we have. And if people want to know more about it, I don't really know, but if you go here and then click on here, you'll find out more. See? That's what we use. Okay? Tracy Walker. I don't know, but if you go here and click on this button and watch this video, it'll tell you all about it. Okay? That's how we do it. I tell you, that's what I'm using from now on. That's exactly how it is. Professional development marketing tools. Want to know more? Here, go here, click on the tool.
Yeah. Okay.
So hopefully that helps out, Connie, on that. But you know, that's one thing that's stuck in my mind because I sometimes have that challenge too. How do we explain this? Because I used to explain this many different ways. But my biggest problem is sometimes I got too long-winded, which ended up burning the sale off rather than making the sale, right? You know, and this is the biggest problem with most people in the industry. We tend to get so excited about our company that rather than sending them to where they needed to go to get the information, it's like bringing up the website and reading it word for word on every single page on the site there, explaining the whole thing, right? Have you guys ever got those text messages in Skype or those emails where they're like 5 miles long explaining everything about the company, right? And then whenever I send somebody something, it's like, hey, it's Carl, just thought you'd like to know about this. Click here, right? Or you know what? You ask me for some more information. Serious? Go here. That's what I do, and I give them that, right? Rather than, oh, well, this is a blogging platform, and it has this. We've got all these little plugins you can put in here, and you know it doesn't take you very long because you just go fill out all this kind of stuff and do all kinds of this. And then you know what? We also have this autoresponder. Don't worry about autoresponders. It only takes 10 minutes to fill out. I'll tell you how. You know, and this is all in this thing that I'm reading, right? And it's like it's like they copied it from the main page and pasted it into there, and it's like, why didn't you just give me the link to the website? I could have read it there.
I think we can even say we have a one-of-a-kind professional development and marketing tools because they're like, well, what sets you apart from everyone else, right?
Yeah, and you know, this is where you want to maybe give them, like right now. I did a new video down there, and it's upside down. Does anybody know how to flip videos the right side up?
Why keep doing that?
I got mine. I did a great video down there, and I didn't look at it. I didn't review it down there to see. So I wait till I get home and I find out it's upside down. I don't know how to fix that.
There's a way to do it, Carl, though. But
John Oakes did a training on that. If you go to his YouTube, he's got a video on it.
Is it in the back office on our team site?
No, I'm not sure if he put it in the team site, back office, or if it's just on YouTube.
Okay, I'll go check. I subscribe to his channel. I'll go check it out.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta figure that out because I made it specifically for the company. That's the one that doesn't say anything about the company, right? And then it goes to the page. So that's where I'm sending everybody. I'm sending them to my custom site, right? That I made where they don't even know what it's about. You know, they have to just fill out the blank, almost like David Weber's page. I made one like that, right? They don't find anything until they get there, and that's where I send people right now. You know, I'm starting to use that. It's converting quite well, actually, right?
Oh, okay.
So, and I have the picture of me in my office here. So now I did that beautiful one at the resort down there. But you put it up there, and I'm upside down doing a headstand. So I don't know if I really. So I actually did a few videos in the garden down there. It's quite nice. So.
Oh, good.
Did a lot of you guys do videos down in the garden about that, like your bridge videos and stuff like that?
I didn't get.
Okay, so you know what? 3 months from now, you got to do it down there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Got to make a point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was beautiful there. I understand. I didn't see. I went out into the gardens outside there. You know where the event was? You know where those guys? I don't know if you guys know where the smoking area was, where all those guys were going for cigarettes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just walked past there into the little garden area there, and that's where I did the video. It was beautiful down there. All the flowers and everything all in bloom down there. Right? So that's kind of where I went and did that.
Next year.
What's that?
Next year we can do that.
Next year? No.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can when we're there next year. We can
back
do.
to Nashville. Oh.
Yeah.
The next time in Nashville? Yeah. Well, why wait till Nashville? Do it in Houston or Austin, wherever it's going to be.
Or wherever we're going.
You know, here's what I would do. This is what I would recommend. Okay. You always want to be changing things up all the time, anyways. Like I always will do a video every couple of months and change and replace an existing video with something new. This is what I'm going to be doing every single event now. I'm going to be changing up my videos on my pages for every event I go to, and I'm going to be updating them there. Okay, and I think that would be very important for people too, because not only is it giving fresh, new look to your page, but you know this one here, it says I'm here in Nashville doing this, so for the next 3 months you're going to hear that I was in Nashville. When I go down there, I'm here in Austin or Houston or whatever it is, you know, and now it's a new one, and now they're going to go, man, this guy's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now they're going to see that you're actually living the dream rather than talking it, right?
Right.
So this is just something else to think about, and I get that from John, Michael, and Alex. They tell me all the time, you know, get your stuff updated all the time, right? You watch all their videos. Yeah, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that if the one on Team Consistency, if Mike did a new one of that while he was in, oh maybe not, maybe he didn't have time, I don't know, but expect that one to probably change too. He'll probably start when he finds a really good location, he'll go and do it. That one was done in Miami. It was beautiful, right?
Yeah.
You may not have done one in Nashville because the water fountains and everything's kind of noisy. You never thought to do one outside, but you know, wait till he gets something like that. Like I don't know, I've never been to Texas, so I don't know how far is Houston from the ocean. Is it quite a ways away, or is it right by it?
Not that I remember. I don't think it's.
Okay.
Houston is on the west coast of east coast of Texas. You're in the Gulf of Mexico at that point.
Okay, so are they on the ocean? Like, are they ocean front, or are they inland?
Inland.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit inland, but the closest they are is to the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, yeah. See, like I was thinking, like I see, like Miami, that's right on the coastline or something like that, right? So
Right.
like I said, I've never been to Texas, so I don't know. So, but anyway, that's just maybe a tidbit of some information you guys might want to do, because again, remember, this is all about the story, right? It's all about us sharing our storyline, going along, and when you're changing it up, showing you that you're here, and now you're here, and now you're here, and I mean, how many people can actually go on vacation 4 times a year? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody really, right? Nobody, right? You get your 1 week or 2 week a year, and that's it. And that's where you go. Us, you know, unless you're not working, we're on a permanent vacation like myself.
Right.
I'm always on vacation, but you know, traveling.
Even in the corporate world or other MLMs, they, you know, that's why the culture of our company is so tight, you know. That's why we're so tight, because we have more opportunities to be around each other. I love that.
Yeah. Well, see, the big thing is, if you ever notice, all the real successful people making a lot of money online, what are they always doing? Hey, I'm here in Vegas, you know, this month. Hey, I'm over here in Nashville this month. You know, I'm over here in South Dakota. You know, I'm here in Hawaii. Whatever. They're doing these videos every couple of months, and what they're doing is they're creating the jealousy out there. They're creating the life that everybody wants to live, right? And that's why they draw people to them to join forces with them, and that's why their organizations get so big. You know, this is why everything happens. So when we all start doing that, when we all start sharing that, that's how you're going to start driving people to join you. I mean, Michael, what made you join Rob?
Well, the way I joined Rob was because how long I've known the man. He's never steered me wrong on anything. So, you know, he has some accountability just by that alone.
He's been very consistent, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so consistency is team consistency, right?
Right.
So we're a team that's very consistent, and when you're consistent, you attract people. You know, go look at the leaderboard today. That's what I did. You know, you should see how many people from team consistency are on that leaderboard.
Oh, right, yeah.
In the different sections. Judy Gunn, who was on here, you know, she's gone now, but she's on the leaderboard today.
Oh, wow.
And I forgot to congratulate her when she was on here. I feel bad about that. So, Judy, if you're still listening, congratulations for making the leaderboard today.
Yeah.
Murray Mabry made the leaderboard. George Best made the leaderboard.
Yep.
Who else made the leaderboard?
I think that was it.
Is that it? Those are the three new ones, right?
The only ones I saw.
Yeah, those are the three new ones. And Judy's only been in a couple of weeks, I think.
Oh.
Right? If even that, I think. You know, I had
trying to talk earlier.
Yeah, I had one girl that came into my downline, and in 3 days she made the leaderboard. Right? You know, and that's, you know what? Those are achievements. And you know, when you hit a leaderboard, it's amazing. You know what? I've never been on a leaderboard. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was on the leaderboard in, I was like 181 position on the leaderboard, so I don't really call that a leaderboard, right? And then here, I made the leaderboard when a couple months ago. I had, or actually was it last month? Last month.
Yeah.
I made the leaderboard in position 4, and the only one that was ahead of me was, who was it? Because Michael was in 5th and Alex was in 7th. I beat both of those guys on the leaderboard. Woo! And that was just for that day. And you know how well those guys advertise. And that was for that day. I beat them. Okay? And that was on the 31st. And there was only one. No, I think maybe I was the first. I was the top consistency person on there. I don't think there was any other team. But I beat them on the leaderboard. And to me, that's a huge achievement to be ahead of those guys on there. I don't care if it was for one day. I'll milk it all I can, right? Right? And you do that. When you can hit the leaderboard like that, I don't care if you're in 10th position on there, when you hit the top 10 in there, you take that and you milk that. I got like 7 sales out of that when I milked that thing for a week, right? And that's what happens. You know, you take all your success and you do it. Just like with everybody who's at the event now, you take all of that and you just milk it out there. You just get out there and you start sharing everything every single day, multiple times a day. I'm not talking about pitching your business. I'm talking about pitching your lifestyle, what happened to you, what you were doing out there, how much fun you were having. Pitching it, put an interview up on Facebook. Don't do it through YouTube. Take that and load it directly on Facebook and talk about that interview. This is what people are going to be all jealous about, and then they're going to want to work with you. Okay? That's what you guys got to do. Just milk it. Okay? And Michael, like you weren't there, so what are you going to do? You're going to grab my stuff, you're going to grab Nicole's stuff, and you're going to use that and piggyback off of our success out there. Okay? And you're going to say, this is the team that you're joining. Come get with me today. Let's get going on here, and I'll personally introduce you to those 2 people. Okay?
Ah, good. Thank you.
That's how you do it. You go, because you know everybody in team consistency. You know, you work off of Michael Martin or John Oakes or Alex or me or whoever that had a presence out there at this one here, and you use us and say, look, I know these guys. You know, here's my picture with them. I will take you and introduce you to these guys out here so you can pick their brains. Okay? And that's how you do it. Because we will let them pick our brains at an event. That's what those are all about. Okay, that's the golden nugget for today. Okay, everyone, I'm going to let you go because I got to go and have a nap.
Me too.
Okay? Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thursday, we'll carry on with this conversation, and whenever we get released more and more information, we're going to go off and release more, and we're just going to pile drive people to these events here because you can't sign up at this hangout. You can't sign up at this hangout. Hang on a second. You have to get back to everybody who's on this hangout or whoever invited you to this hangout, whoever brought you here, that's who you go back to. and get
Gonna get back to
information
you.
to join
They gonna
us.
say, you know what, April? Don't
Somebody
let
has
it
to be.
Awesome. Thanks, Carl.
Okay. So any last words from anybody here?
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, Carl. So nobody has information on the city and where the next event is going to be held in Jesuit, right?
No, you won't find out where it's going to be at for probably. Okay, so we won't know, and I feel bad because Judy asked me
May
last week and she left, so I'm gonna have to get Judy on Thursday. Okay, so everyone, have a great day. We'll see you back here Thursday. I got to go and apologize to Judy Gunn because she has to go to bed, so I'm gonna get her on and let her do all the talking.
Say that one more time.
She could be the bus driver.
Where's Judy from?
I think New Zealand or Australia or something. So she was 2:30 in the morning. So.
I heard, and then you said that everything started breaking up. I'm driving.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.